So we have Patrick Bevin from the BISSELL Pro Cycling team. I want to talk a bit about Campagnolo components and wheels. As a professional, how many years have you been using Campagnolo?
This is my 4th year on Campy.
When was your first experience with Campy?
When I joined BISSELL Pro Cycling in 2010.
And I would assume that's your first group set. Was the record group set that we've been using since then?
Straight onto the record.
Campagnolo prides itself on leading innovation. Can you explain briefly how Campagnolo has played a positive role in your career so far?
They just continue to better a great product. We've gone through from Campy 11 speed when I joined the team, and now through to the EPS. It's been kind of a stage. Each year it's a little bit nicer, a little bit lighter, a little bit more reliable. So it just continues to get better.
And speaking of the EPS, how did you? What were your thoughts about the electronic group set before you started using it?
You're always a little bit skeptical. It's a lot different, and you do wonder when you've got a product that does work with such a change. But
and then what were your first impressions once you got on the EPS bike?
Really good. You jump straight on the bike and you flawless changing throughout, no matter where you are, and so it kind of dissolves any of that skepticism really quickly.
How has the Campagnolo EPS group improved your experience on the bike?
I think just to have that flawless shifting, especially in a race situation when you're probably not thinking straight about all the details, and it kind of the auto adjusts as well. You forget about it.
So many consumers are a little concerned about the battery life. Can you speak about your experience with the EPS batteries?
Yeah, they last a long time. You're doing a lot of miles before you run out of battery, and you get a lot of warning on the way.
Was it difficult to adapt to the EPS from the mechanical?
Not at all. It's a very simple, very swift action.
And so, what would you enjoy most about the EPS group set?
Just the flawless changing and the auto trim, which are both make really positive while racing.
So, and if we move to the wheels, how have you been enjoying the Campagnolo wheels?
I love them. They're just such a good all-round wheel. They're a joy to ride.
What would be the number one factor that you enjoy about them?
The stiffness. They're far stiffer than any other wheel I've ridden, and that makes a big difference on the bike.
So, looking at some different situations, what would be your preference for the wheel and why? So, for say out training,
the Urus wheel that we use for training is just a bomb-proof, really good all-round wheel that you just don't worry about.
If you're going into a climbing or a mountain stage,
the Hyperon, they're the lightest wheel with overall.
A mixed course with a bit of climbing and flat in it.
Step up to the Bora, a little bit more aerodynamic without much of a weight penalty.
And then if you're heading into a flat stage,
the big Bora 80, they're fun to ride.
So if you were to sum it up, what would be your most favourite all-round campy wheel?
You have to go to the Bora for all-round. It's a good mix of weight and aerodynamics and stiffness.
Cool, thanks Paddy, you're way better than Jeremy.